I have trimmed and rinsed these beans. Now I'm filling them up with fresh filtered water to boil for 5 minutes in order to hot pack can them. Meanwhile, I also have the jars coming to a boil just so that they're sanitized for the hot pack. I sterilized my lids and rings and other small equipment just with this kettle of hot boiled water. And I'll let it just sit in there for about a minute or so until I'm done packing. I have trimmed, washed, boiled these green beans for 5 minutes, and now they are ready to hot pack. All of these are hot, just came out, including the lids and the rings. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and add half a teaspoon of salt to each jar, and then I'm going to pack the green beans into that jar. They're cut into 2-inch pieces, and so I'm just going to pack them right in real nice, fill them up with water, and leave about a 1 inch of head space, and then we'll move on to the processing part. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill these jars up with hot water that I just brought to a boil in my kettle, and I'm going to leave about 1 inch of head space in here. And so then once you do that, you're going to want to wipe down all of your jars, give them a little stir to release any air bubbles, and I'll go ahead and wipe those down. And then you need to stir so that there's not any air bubbles caught in those. And use a plastic utensil and just give it a little stir, like so. And then you're going to go ahead and place your lids and your rings on these jars. And just make sure I didn't splash any water on these while I stirred them. And then you're ready to place that lid and the ring. You just want to put it finger tight because it's going to expand while it's processing, and you don't want it to have no room to expand. Otherwise the jars could blow up. So you don't want to do that. Just finger tight. All right, so I've gone ahead and added all the green beans to the pressure canner to process, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid on there, and I'm going to lock it into place, and then I'm going to let the steam come out of this and release for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to bring my pressure up to about 10 pounds right here and let these process for 20 minutes. So now y'all can see that the steam is really escaping, and so I'm just going to take my weight and put it on there. So it has taken a good at least 10 minutes, maybe even a little bit longer. I've been boiling some spaghetti noodles and those are done. So it's actually been longer than 10 minutes. And I'm just waiting for this pressure to climb up to 10, which is 240 degrees. And once it reaches that pressure, then I'm gonna let it maintain. And the way that I'll maintain that pressure is by turning the heat up or down as needed. And so once it hits 10, that's when my 20-minute timer starts to process these green beans. I just took these out of my pressure cooker, but I let it sit a lot longer than the 10 minutes of time it said to cool them down, and they're still boiling. So I hope that they don't become too mushy.